My bed's still on the floor, not because I don't have a bed frame. It's because I don't have a box spring, and if I put the bed on the bed frame, it kind of falls through. Also, I have to catch a flight in a couple hours, and I haven't packed yet, so we'll see how much of this video I get through before the overwhelming stress of not being packed gets to me. Love. We all love it, and sometimes when you're not in love, you can be jealous of love. So what's better than watching love blossom? Watching love take a deep dive straight into the ground. And that's why today we're on Reddit's r/ask Reddit. What's your worst divorce story? And I can just tell this one's gonna be a fun one based off the first scene being my best friend married a sociopathic gold digger. But let's read some of these and see how bad the divorces are. Also, been a big bubbly guy. The bubbly peach, it's all right. I like pineapple better. My best friend married a sociopathic gold digger. They were together for 2 years, during which time she spent a shitload of his inheritance money, drugged him with Valium without his consent or knowledge at the time, tried to have him sectioned. What's that mean? I intervened? Is that the one where they can't have kids? Sectioned? Are we in the 1980s? This was 12 years ago. I might have still been racist. Killed one of his dogs with human insulin. Tried to start an affair with at least 2 people I know of. One was me. Did I mention she killed his dog? Yes, I did. I see I did. How did so much of this happen? At what point did we draw the line? Like the Valium wasn't enough. So she started divorce proceedings against him. Oh, she did? Accused him of raping her a year prior and had him arrested. Apparently her brief told her it was a good idea. It was later proven to be totally untrue. Again, with my intervention. Okay, well, you don't need to take all the credit, buddy. All right? You're doing a good thing. It's like when you film yourself giving food to homeless people, okay? So she went on to accuse his sister of child sex abuse, dragging his nieces, nephews, sisters, and brothers-in-law into the whole thing. Again, the police all got involved and it was proven to be totally untrue. Surprise, surprise. The whole sordid ordeal, this guy knows a lot of big words. Ordeal dragged on for about 2 years until she finally got him to pay her 50k pounds. Through the entire marriage, she did not a stroke of work, nothing, zilch. The world will be a slightly better place without her. The only saving grace is that she suffers from a degenerative disease that will hopefully cause her to die young. When she does, I'll be cracking open a cold one with my friend. Also, the family law courts in the UK are run by a bunch of massive cunts. Was she Spanish? Because if she was Spanish, she should have known this would happen. Spanish girls are crazy. My ex-mother or incubator. I don't know if I can read this one. Incubator. Incubator's actually crazy. Is actually crazy. You're gonna call your mom an incubator? I now refer to her. Spent all of the savings that we were supposed to be wonder this guy calls his mom fucking incubator. He can't spell. Supposed to be used for my college education, caused me to have to finance the last 2.5 years by myself. Didn't pay the credit card bill that was used to buy my books and emergency expenses, and she took my vehicle as part of the divorce settlement, leaving me without a way to go back and forth. And add in my dad having to pay 50k plus internal goods. He wasn't able to help. Add in came out that my grandfather, her dad, was a child molester and she knew all along, still subjected her kids to this man. And when I took him to court for being a pedophile, he had the gall to call me and say that I should let the past be the past. Okay. Kind of wasn't on your side when you were complaining over the money thing because bad mother. Maybe she is an incubator. This woman sounds fucking brain dead. And since she spent my savings, I had to get a loan, which I was too young to understand at the time, which I co-signed with her and she then defaulted on. At the same time, she sent me the credit card bill in my name that hadn't paid anything but the minimum for 5 years. She used my brother and sister for child support payments and kicked my sister out the day she turned 18. On her birthday. Your mother. Yeah. Incubator. There's been 12-ish years ago and I've fixed everything since then. Married, job, paid off my old debt, good credit now. Bitch had the nerve to send me a card for my wedding saying she loved me. Oh, maybe she just wanted a little bit of that wedding money. Fuck that. Send me a card with 50k and I'll think about it. Fucking cock bitch whore. Oh, wow. Okay. I see you're not a bygones be bygones type person. Blood is thicker than water, they say, but not for you. Married, job, paid off, good credit. Doesn't sound like any of that was very easy. Good job, man. Yeah, he did do a good job. Oh, and this guy's really milking it. Somebody said you learned a few things the hard way. Sounds like kudos. Thanks, man. I've made my life a lot easier by cutting it. Okay, stop fucking milking it, bro. We get it. Your mom was an incubator. The milkman begulling range of dairy products were but the most tentative, delicate overturn in a month-long campaign of seduction. Week after week, his muscular body... Am I reading a porno? would work its way onto my house, bearing crates and boxes of milky goodness. This is a Wattpad. I would lean against the countertop and make him lift the keg of cream over and over, light dancing on the sheen of sweat spread across his powerful torso. He was a master of sexual violence. Alas, it could never last. Am I on the wrong website? One southern evening, as he was about to unleash his milky drink into my gaping mug one final time before my husband arrived home from work, there was a rustling from beneath the bed. Dropping his tool like a freshly discharged salami, he put his finger to his lips. No sooner had I opened my mouth to ask what the matter was, than they darted from under the bed, monstrous skanks, a whole colony. They walked like crabs, surgically enhanced torsos thrusting distastefully into the air, skittering about on bony limbs turned orange with fake bake. Mortal terror seized my heart and also exposed my tits. "Belinda, my love," shouted the milkman. Run for your life while I hold them off." I did not want to waste a moment and fled from the house in tears. When Andrew finally arrived home later in the evening, the eviscerated torso of my beautiful milkman, arms still wrapped tightly around the throat of a horrifying skank, confirmed his worst suspicion. I remain single to this day. What happened? There was crabs? There was milkman? I just read a Wattpad? That one can't be true, right? Is that what those horny mothers are reading? About Fabio? Ugh. I left my ex when I realized that she was a delusional and closed-minded bipolar religious nut. I realized that I could not raise our infant daughter safely with her in the house. I had not prepared for the split. Immediately after I left, she cleaned out the bank account, almost 40 grand, and used the cash to buy jewelry and get a lawyer who sued me and got the county of Santa Carla to make me pay her about $3,500 a month in alimony and child support, even though I had lost my freelance contract 2 months earlier and had no job prospects. Fuck the courts. Damn, bro. Was she Spanish? Don't mess with the Spanish girls. She then proceeded to kidnap my daughter and move to Germany. It took me 4 months and about 50 grand, which I'm still paying back, along with 5 lawyers, the State Department, the Center for Missing and Exploited Children, to get her back. All because she had a Dewey and didn't want to show up for court. The cherry on cake was that I had asked the DA to drop the DUI charges in order for her to return with my daughter. Since then, she had made my life a living hell, both socially and financially. She had posed nude for local photographers, slept around with my daughter in the house, and engaged in uncontrollable drug use, all while telling me that I'm inferior because I have not accepted Jesus. I hung in there for years, and now my daughter is 6. She's with me half of the time, alternating weeks, and she attends the same school I attended for kindergarten. I love my little girl more than anything in the world. I constantly have to fight the nastiness that my ex shoves into her innocent head. I could not have done this if my girlfriend, met after I left my wife, had not stayed with me by my side and helped me get through it emotionally. We're happy together, and we will get married in October. I am the happiest I have ever been in my life, and the future looks bright. To be continued. Well, don't mess with Spanish girls. That girl's probably Puerto Rican and insane. Ghost Chamber. Sounds like you never should have been married ever in your life if your name's Ghost Chamber on Reddit. Let's be honest here. Mine, well, it's not the worst by a long shot, but it does suck. Got married in 2006 after being together for 4 years. We were married up until last May. Once in a good place financially, we decided to have a baby. She had a daughter and she was 16. I don't have any kids. Oh, she had a daughter when she was 16. Oh, and you didn't know this girl was crazy when you met her? After about 6 months of frustration, she finally got pregnant, only to miscarry about 10 weeks in. We were both devastated, but shortly after, she was talking about trying again once her body went back to normal. When that time came, she did an about face and said it was too late and she didn't want kids anymore. Over the next 9 or 10 months, our marriage started to fall apart. She started spending an enormous amount of time with another guy, although always swore up and down that there was nothing going on. There's always something going on. Every time. There's always something, okay? I've seen too many of these stories. But when your wife is out until 2 or 3 a.m. on the weeknight, I swear, baby, nothing's going on. I just was watching a movie. Something is up, but I didn't want to believe it, so I didn't. Last May, we decided to call it quits. I lived there for a few months because we were getting along okay, but slowly that went away and I had to leave. I moved in with some friends. I found out a month and a half after moving in that she was 4 months pregnant. We hadn't had sex in over 9 months, so I knew it wasn't mine. I wasn't surprised when she told me it was the guy's I suspected all along. I did the math, and she was pregnant within 2 or 3 weeks of us deciding to split up. She had the kid like 2 weeks ago. I had to sign an affidavit of non-paternity because the divorce is still pending. The worst is behind me though. Things are at least looking up now. I guess this might not really apply to this friend. The divorce part of this was relatively painless. We agreed on everything and it went uncontested. It's really the split that was shitty part. None of this sounded that bad. I mean, you got cheated on, buddy. I'm sorry. Fuck. Girls are crazy. What do you want to hear about it? My sister's first husband came out of the closet at her 30th birthday party in front of all her friends. In the time leading up to the divorce, he started drinking and once passed out on the couch after drinking a pint of vodka. He had pissed all over himself, left a gay porno playing on the DVD player. Isn't it crazy people used to watch porn on like full screen TVs with a DVD? Like you had to get horny, take out a DVD, put it in the Fiend, rewind it if it was messed up, like when it was on VHS, and had locked my 10-year-old nephew out of the house in late fall without a jacket, where he waited for about 2 hours for my sister to go home. Damn. So I'm guessing you guys got divorced then? Well, I'm divorced. It's been hard because even though I accidentally got physical with her a couple of times, I still love her a lot. Anyways, I've been drinking some beers, smoking some chronic, and taking some Xannies, when for some goddamn awful unknown reason, I decided to go see my ex. Like I had said, I still loved her and maybe I was hoping she'd take me back. I pulled up to her condo, knocked on the door, and she's opened it, holding a knife, like I'm some lunatic instead of a man that she was married to for 7 years. Fucking woman with their hormones. To top it off, I mean, dude, you're drinking beer, taking Xannies, and smoking weed. Who knows what you're acting like here? Did she ask you to come see her, or were you just going to see her, taking Xannies, and we're like, you know what? I'm gonna go see my ex off the Xans. To top it off, as I'm just getting ready to leave, I see some little Jewish guy inside, and he tells me to go fuck off. The bitch is screwing some Jew in a condo that I paid for, drinking booze that I paid for. I'm a big dude. I used to be a pretty good football player back in the day, and I just lost it. I decided I was going to show that little shit what was up. Anyway, Fiends got a little crazy, but luckily I hopped in my Ford and got the F out before the cops got there. They even tried to press charges, but lucky for me, my lawyers are pretty good. Effing pigs. Always want to harass a black man. I mean, this sort of sounds like you deserve something lawfully to happen to you. Sounded like you showed up to your ex's house off weed and Xans and beat up a guy. You also, what's him being Jewish got to do with it? That was crazy. And then he pulled the race card. He's like, it's because I'm black. They wanted to harass me. The cops didn't even see you, and you called a guy a Jew. That's it for all the ass Reddits. There's no more. Not that many people get divorced, I guess, except I thought everyone get divorced. Maybe there's more, but love, it's crazy. And remember, everyone, be careful of the Spanish girls, because they're all insane. That's all I got for you. Like and subscribe. You're the best.